Welcome, Pisces. This is your weekly focus, April the 8th through to the 14th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thanks for being here. Absolutely. Thank you so much. We have a magical week. We have a magical week. We start with the solar eclipse in Aries, and just the conjunctions alone. We have the Sun conjunct Chiron, Sun conjunct Mercury. We have Mars conjunct Saturn. We have uh, Jupiter conjunct Uranus, and that's just the conjunctions. I mean, I'm not even going into the squares and the trines and the sextiles. I'm not doing any of that. That's just the highlights, right? That's just all the rest is gravy, and it's all infused with magic to allow us to explore our passions, to step into new adventures, opportunities, to face any kind of challenge, any kind of healing we need, to take proactive steps towards healing and building our self confidence and reclaiming our personal power. So there's so much beautiful energy around. So let's get to the cards and see what's in store for you. Okay. Our underlying energy is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands. Well, this is the marriage and proposal card, and I don't think every Pisces is getting married this week. So we'll go more of a collective stance here, and this is about understanding the relationships that you are in. Platonic and romantic, those close relationships that we are celebrating those relationships. We get together for a coffee, we celebrate that we took the time to be in each other's presence, to be present, to share with, to laugh with, to love with, to embrace life with, to share moments with, create memories with. We're also looking at how we can grow that relationship deeper and stronger and build happier, more rewarding lives independently through our relationships with each other. We have the Chariot. Okay, the Chariot is about pulling it back. Okay, I know some people read it as fast forward movement, and I don't understand that, because realistically it's about, we are in a fog here, we are in a darkened place, we are in a fog. You're the only ones, I think, that have the Chariot actually this week, but it's about pulling it back. It's about waiting for the sun to come out and the fog to clear before we actually go on that path. We want to see if there's obstacles in our way. We want to see if it's a dead end. We want a little bit more information before we actually make that commitment to step in that direction with this card. Absolutely. But it's about our own empowerment, and making those decisions, making those choices, picking that fork in the road that moves us in the direction we want to be moved. We have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles states that you have gained a great deal of wisdom, understanding, knowledge in order to hone your abilities, your talents, in order to go to the next level, to enhance your path forward, to expand on your path forward. Now, this could be in our relationships, because we already touched on that, but it could just as easily be in work, career, our own spirituality, our health, our well-being. But it's kind of like you've grown a lot to this point. Now it's time to go to an elevated path, or an advanced path, a deepened path. It could be a brand new path too, opening up to you based on all that you have walked through in order to get to this point. The Strength card is here. This is about embracing your strength. It's about embracing your strength. And building your self-confidence, knowing that you've got this. Walking with a sense of integrity. Having a belief that you can go forward in the way you want to go forward. It's about maybe taking a risk on yourself, or taking a risk on opening up your trust to others, perhaps. Opening your heart in some way. Let's go to work and career. Ten of Swords. Okay, you have been through it all. You know, this really says you've reached. I get this. You've reached a point now. It's time to go on this advanced. I get advanced path. That's the words that are coming to me. Advance, so more prosperity, more abundance, more probably obligation and responsibility comes with those things, by the way. The Ten of Swords says you have learned so much in order to be able to step into these new opportunities coming your way, because we're all getting new opportunities. And the Ten of Swords talks about a new opportunity because it's a 10 energy. It's not a 9 energy. This isn't a completions card. This is a new beginning, a new start. The wheels are turning, the energy is changing, new seasons are upon us. It's time to write the new chapters of our life based on everything that we've had to go through in order to get to the here and now. We are going to be miraculous, is what I hear. Anyways, but we're feeling kind of beat up. We're feeling like, wow, that was a lot. That was a lot to walk through in order to be at the here and now. And we don't even realize it yet, but the sun is starting to come through those clouds. You know what I'm thinking of, the eclipse, right? The moon goes and darkens, and it's almost like you were in this darkened state. You know, we were like this here too, right? Kind of in this darkened state. Maybe not being able to really see or grasp what you're actually stepping into. I think because it's brighter and more profound than you ever imagined, but that's just my take on the energy. The sun's coming through. It's going to break the darkness. It's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to bring make you come alive. It's going to give you that vitality, that energy to go forward in the way you want. You're gonna stand up strong. You're gonna brush yourself off. You're gonna say, "I've got this." And then the Emperor is here. The Emperor is, well, the diplomat, one of the highest diplomats in the deck, one of the highest intuitives in the deck. So your intuitive energy is bang on, and your mental, logical energy is bang on. And they're working together, they're intertwined to work together. So you're not making decisions based on pure emotion, but you're not being totally logical either. It's a blending of the two, which makes it the perfect decisions going forward. This is about making the plan. This is about making the strategy. Now, the Emperor, when he hits a part of his plan, the execution of his plan, into something he doesn't know, he doesn't go and open up a book and start to learn about it. He surrounds himself with the people who have the knowledge to advise him the proper way to go about that part of the journey. Okay, so it's about connecting with other people that have other talents and abilities that would complement your talents and abilities. And that really brings the strength of the outcome to a higher level, an advanced level, so to speak. So, where you could have some success and some prosperity and some abundance coming in, but when you start matching your energy with other people's energy, that's when you can grow it into something magical and wonderful and beyond anything that you could have ever done by your lonesome. Okay, and it's understanding you are the emperor, so you have to build. You have to build the empire for yourself, your own individual empire. That is what you're doing here. We have this, then the sun comes out. Are you ever strong when it comes to career, when it comes to growing your prosperity, your abundance, your stature? I mean, these are remarkable cards for you. Remarkable. So there's definitely, money coming in, or a way to grow your abundance or material wealth in some way during this week alone. There's another week of this coming. It gets stronger. So the sun, you are that vitality, you are that energy, you are, this greatness comes alive in you. You see the potential of where you can go where you didn't see it before. You didn't believe in yourself, or you didn't feel this kind of energy, like the I can do it kind of energy that you're feeling inside you right now. It's almost like a burning. It's almost like a you're holding your breath at times. You're forgetting to breathe because things are happening in such a way for you. Okay, let's go over here. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. Maybe because I was just feeling that, all that. This is why we got this card right away. The Four of Michael appears here. It's a quiet meditation. Take time for yourself. I guess this is like you can't breathe because you're not taking time for yourself. So it's backing it up. It's about making you the priority, that you want your strength, right? Your well-being to be the priority, because when you're not strong, you're not capable, and you need to be strong so that you are very capable of embracing the dreams, the potential, the new beginnings, the new starts, the opportunities, the adventures that may be coming your way. We have when you give, you also receive, being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. Extremes in how you save or spend money. I find that one to be kind of wild here, because I I I think you get I think you get an opportunity to be extreme when it comes to investing money, when it comes to spending money. I think some kind of opportunity arises. Maybe it's somebody else's money, maybe it's shared money, maybe it's your money, but an investment comes up, or you can make your money work for you in a way that you didn't know was possible before, or there's a new way for you to be very frugal and yet very, you're being wise in the process. Where I live, we have this local app, and it's all the grocery stores and they put things on like half price. Like, so, what costs normally $30 to buy for a cut of meat is like $10 or $15 because it's at the brink of expiry. And so it's a special kind of club thing where you can pre-order and go pick it up. Well, I'll be ready for you. So, I mean, we can have lamb for the price of hamburger at times. So it's being frugal but still enjoying life in the process. We're not nickel and diming and just eating craft dinner and spaghetti with just butter on it or something, right? When you give, you also receive. That talks about allowing the flow. Okay, if a little money comes your way, don't be too holding it. Like, oh, I don't want. You're gonna want to invest it. You're gonna want to make that money flow. You want it to grow. You want it to, yeah. You definitely want to allow the flow of money. Okay, so money flows to you and through you, not it stops here. Okay, when you stop, it starts to stagnate. It starts to turn to ash. It starts to be like, sand in your hand. It isn't going to be there long. And we've got take time to take our time to take action. Great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. Yeah, your intuition is very strong. We know that because we had the emperor already telling us so, right? So we are the diplomat. We are the intuitive, following our gut feeling, following that inspired action plan. Inspired action plan. So I guess you're making a strategy, you're making the plan, but then you're not wasting any time getting it going, starting to put things in place, starting to move forward in a way. You are embracing this energy in some way, and you're moving forward faster than you can really keep up to it, but just go with the flow as much as you can. You don't worry, there'll be energy for you to breathe later on, and remember to take that time out for yourself, right? And call it quits at a certain time. Find joy and happiness in other avenues for a short time. Great passion for a cause. So you could be doing something within the community, a cause of something to better the planet, the community itself. Maybe it's to help somebody in need, or it could be the planet in need. Okay, and you might get recognized in some way. That could open up an opportunity on its own to you. No time to instinctively just knowing what to do. So just follow your gut, okay? Just go with the flow. See what comes at you, and don't shy away, because know too that we're going to be witnessing some of those obstacles that stand in our way during this time. And we don't want to turn away from it. We want to look at it, because this is a time when we can easily break through that obstacle. Really confront any kind of limitation, any kind of obstacle with a patience, with a perseverance. We're looking at the long-term goals here rather than going after that immediate gratification. Okay, so strategic planning, that's a part of it. Absolutely. We've already talked about that. Disciplined effort perhaps would go into that too. But it's really about the self-discovery of, reclaiming your personal power, and with it comes what you are deserving of, what you are worthy of. And to me, it looks like it's definitely in work, career, your stature in the community, in the home. It's about it's about growing the prosperity and abundance in these areas for you. Let's go to love, relationships. The Death card. This is opening your heart again. I've already said it once. I'll say it again. It's about allowing your heart to be open, taking off that cloak, dropping that weapon. Okay, so maybe this is where the personal challenges come in. Maybe, we the older we get, and the more relationships we tend to be, and we bring baggage from each and every relationship. And so it's about leaving that baggage at the front door and not bringing it into the relationship, allowing some kind of healing to come in, knowing that you made those decisions and those choices because you were in a situation that called for it. And maybe you're trying to blend that into who you are today, and you need to release it. You need to let it go. I've done readings for people where they go, I don't know what happened. One day it was just like this for me, and he was controlling, and he was this and he was that, and I'm not the kind of person to allow that. So how did I allow that to happen to me? And so the walls, are coming up. And so it's time to understand that if we just back away from that wall a little bit and look at it, we'll see the doorway through. We'll understand that we did what we had to do at the present time in order to survive. Now that we question it means that we've gained knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So we're going to take that forward with us and leave the rest in the back. Remember that our brains don't know if we are actually in the situation or we're reliving those ugly parts of our relationship. And so long as we do that and keep reliving those moments in our mind, what happens is our brain thinks that we actually are in that moment again. And so our walls get thicker and stronger. So we need to leave that. We need to confront those kinds of challenges in our own perception of what we need to do in order to be safe, in order to feel safe and loved and cherished, and what that really means. But it's time to let out that inner child. It's time to feel the freedom when it comes to love. We have the Page of Swords. This is, serendipity, having some fun, giggles, laughter. Maybe it all won't turn out as great as you saw it in your mind, but some of it will. There's laughter here. There's joy here. There's celebration here. It's about just enjoying life. It's about being in the moment. It's about experiencing the now with somebody that you love, platonic, romantic. We have the Five of Swords. Watch your ego, okay? Healthy ego is very important here. We don't want to burn bridges. We don't want to, say something and then they prove us wrong and we're like, well, I was right anyway, so I don't care what you're saying. And making it a big deal and a big argument, and you go to your own corners instead of just saying, oh, okay, so I was wrong. Okay, it happens once a year if you're a witness to it. A healthy ego. Okay, we want to, yes, block out any negative criticisms we know to be untrue, but also at the same time to be willing to let in the positive criticism so that we can grow, we can develop, we can expand who we are. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So once again, we're throwing off that cloak. We're opening up our hearts wide. I think that's probably the biggest thing that we take away from love and relationships for you. It's about allowing that cloak to drop to the ground, allowing that weapon to drop from our hand, and embracing love on a new level. more trust, more beauty. Okay, let's see how we are going to bring in personal growth this week. We start with the Hierophant. I didn't even get to say that it's been all major arcana for every single sign, maybe one of the minor, but it's all major arcana. It's like huge personal growth steps that we are taking this week. The Hierophant. Somebody may turn to you for your wisdom. You may seek out wisdom, but I think it's more people see you as the person with the wisdom, a spiritual wisdom perhaps, a knowing, an understanding, an empathy. Okay, so I think you need to protect yourself, especially being an empath. If you're an empath, you need to protect yourself. The best way to actually do that is to imagine yourself surrounding yourself with mirrors. Now you could imagine yourself in a disco ball kind of thing, or I put these big beautiful oak framed mirrors around me, but you can do a disco ball too. The mirrors face outwards, okay? So we're actually looking at the backs of the mirrors and they face outwards. And you just ask to be surrounded by these mirrors facing outwards. And it fends off any kind of negative energy or people that, energy vampires, so to speak. It stops ill will from coming your way. If somebody means you some kind of harm, it really can't penetrate those mirrors. When evil sees itself, it turns away, right? So when negativity comes towards you, it has to turn away. But like attracts like, love attracts love. And so when the beauty comes around you, it more and more and more shows up in your life just because of the mirrors. It works. It's really wild. There's no arguments. People that have maybe had an alternative motive being your friend, they disappear. The people that don't really like you and try to cause you harm, they just kind of disappear. They go their own separate ways. You just don't see them anymore. So the Hierophant is here. We have the King of Cups. Okay, this is about understanding the foundation on which you are building, making sure that you are covering all aspects of your life, that you are balanced, that you are grounded. It's more of it's more of being able to be very serene and grounded even in stressful or chaotic times. It doesn't seem to matter what's going around you. You've got this kind of energy. So it's about growing your self-love, your self-confidence, taking a risk on yourself, knowing that you can handle it. You've got this. The Empress. The Empress is about giving birth to, creating, inventing something new, magical. Um, you know, Ground yourself in nature, absolutely, but it is about giving birth to something, creating something, a new path, a new journey, to planting the seeds in the ground. We have the Ten of Wands, which says we do need to understand what we're taking forward with us. So it's time to look and see if everything has value, worth, supports us, moves us towards our goals, our desires. Or is it weighing down our step, making each step very difficult to walk? So where do we have control? Do we need to give up control? Just what things don't have a value in our life anymore. Support us in the way that we need it. And maybe it was support in the past, but it's definitely not working for us now. We have competition, summon courage and self-confidence. So if you've got any kind of competition going on this week, you should be victorious when this card comes out, because it's kind of that warning to be prepared, right? Self-confidence. So know your stuff, right? If you have to study, then study. If you have to practice, then practice. But have the due diligence to do what is needed to be done in order to come out superior. And summon your courage. Okay, it takes courage, it takes strength, but you've got this. You've got this week in a magical way. You self-reliant. Don't be afraid to fly solo. You don't need anybody else to hold your hand. You've got this. Okay, so reclaiming your personal power. Enlightenment. Pursue spiritual growth. We had something about spirituality, didn't we? Yeah, so there's something that's transforming within you, absolutely, that is giving you, maybe one of the clairs is getting stronger within you, or your intuition is a lot higher. You can read the room a lot easier. You feel the energies a lot more intense. But allow the enlightenment in. If there's some kind of spiritual practice, I mean, if you have a chance to get underneath that solar eclipse and and experience it, do it. It's an amazing feeling that you really can't put into words. So you have to witness it to understand the energy that comes at you. And we have the unicorn. Invite in serendipity. Allow, go with the flow. Okay, definitely go with the flow. Be flexible. Okay, willing to change the plans, easy peasy. Don't have too many things carved into stone this week, because things will be changing for the better. Okay, so we want to be able to go with the flow and accept everything that comes to us in our path. Those aha moments, those epiphanies, those eureka moments. We know what to do, how to do it, why to do it, who's going to help us. So invite in serendipity. Invite in smiles and laughter and joy, and just have fun being in the moment this week, and watch all the beauty that comes your way. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.